In the top stories, the Attorney General expresses concern about the juvenile justice system. The Agriculture Minister predicts an improved sugarcane crop in 2016, and Barbados wins a bid to host an international cricket tournament in 2017. Welcome to Nation News for Monday, March 30th, 2015. I'm Natasha Beckles.
No matter where you are in the world, at home or abroad, Nation News keeps you connected with what's happening in Barbados through our website, video newscast, and online e-papers. So stay connected with Nation News. Your news, your time, your way.
Although Barbados has made some strides in the area of juvenile justice, Attorney General Adriel Brathwaite says there's still more to be done. Speaking at the National Conference on Juvenile Justice on Monday, he outlined some of the problems in the system.
We have to agree what is a minimum age, or is the accepted minimum age at which we will hold a child accountable for his or her action, whether it be 12 or 13. We have to agree at what age we should accept someone remains a juvenile, which we accept as 18, and in which case whether or not we were going to have juveniles incarcerated at DOS as we presently do. Indeed, I'm a bit concerned about the number of young people below 18 which have been transferred, which has been related in terms of the number of young people that we have below 18 who are presently incarcerated at DOS. And I do intend to do a complete analysis of each case to see whether or not these individuals at that age should be in an adult facility. We have signed on to several international conventions which requires us to treat juveniles differently from adults.
Mr. Brathwaite said there were also concerns about placing young people with the general prison population.
And certainly, if we're going to send a 16 or 17-year-old into an adult institution at DOS, are we in fact helping him? What's going to happen when he becomes 27, given the fact that he may spend 5 years with hardened criminal element. So we really need to look to see how we can change our system.
This year's sugarcane crop has not yet started, but Minister of Agriculture Dr. David Estwick is already looking ahead to 2016. Speaking at the launch of a two-day agricultural conference on Monday, he said this year's crop is expected to have lower yields than last year, but next year's crop is expected to be better. With the receipt of funds for the Barbados Cane Industry Restructuring Project, Dr. Estwick said more land is expected to be brought back into production and more cane will be planted. He said Barbados will also be in a position to lower its importation of sugar and molasses. 9,000 Barbadian households will soon be receiving vouchers in the mail for free energy-efficient LED bulbs. Speaking during the launch of the initiative on Monday, Executive Chairman of Caribbean LED Lighting, Jim Reed, said each voucher will entitle the recipient to 5 bulbs. He said the aim is to help Barbadians save money while reducing their energy consumption. The recipients will be chosen at random by Barbados Light and Power. The giveaway forms part of government's Energy Smart Fund program. Government has sounded another warning that Barbadians who can afford to pay for health care may soon be asked to do so. The latest hint comes from Prime Minister Frundell Stewart, who says the state cannot afford to offer a full range of free services to people who can afford to pay the full cost or part of the cost. Addressing the Queen Elizabeth Hospital's 50th anniversary black tie dinner and award ceremony over the weekend, Mr. Stewart urged Barbadians to take responsibility for their own health care. Barbadian academic Sir Woodville Marshall celebrated his 80th birthday over the weekend with family and friends. The historian, who spent most of his professional life teaching at the University of the West Indies, reflected on his contribution when Nation News stopped by.
When I look back at what I have done, I would say that probably 2 things. One, that I made a contribution to the scholarship in terms of history. More than that, perhaps, that I played quite a role in institution building in a variety of areas. I mean, a number of things that I've been involved in. One, for example, is creation of the Association of Caribbean Historians. I was one of the founder members of that, the first president of that. So that's one of the things that I'm rather proud of. The University Press. I was the individual charged with the responsibility of putting it in operation. So that's another thing that is the Journal of Caribbean History, which I edited for 10 years. I didn't start it, but to some extent I would say that I ensured that it would survive. It was a proper footing financially. So there are a number of things, therefore, that when I look back on my life, I think that I have done and that I succeeded at. So, yeah.
Barbadians can look forward to green peas and rice with their fish this Good Friday. On Monday, several Barbadians were spotted picking green peas at the Newton Plantation ground. One of them spoke to Nation News.
It's seasonal. You get Christmas, you get Easter, so you know a lot of people like the green peas and rice, and then a lot of people like to entertain for Easter. So this is what it is around this time of year. So why, like, when you see Christmas gone, January, nobody don't come to pea ground. So last week we were here, only 7 people were here. And this morning when I came here, I was surprised to see the amount of people that was in here. So you know that is a season thing. So when it come like that there, you look forward to that.
In sport, Barbados has won the bid to host the 2017 Golden Oldies World Cricket Festival, an international tournament for semi-professional and retired players. Local cricketing legends Sir Garfield Sobers and Joe Garner have joined Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc. Chairman Alvin Jemmott in Cape Town, South Africa, to promote the event during this year's festival. Mr. Jemmott says they're hoping to attract about 600 visitors for the May 6th to 13th event.
What is particularly interesting about having the 2017 Goldie Oldies Cricket World Cup is that it takes place during the month of May, which allows us to increase arrivals in a traditionally slower month. No less than 5 hotels are expected to benefit from hosting the players and the visitors for the event. In addition, the support services are expected to gain additional business as the games are structured as a festival, allowing participants to adequately enjoy the host country.
And finally, a 4-year-old Philadelphia girl has been returned safely to her parents after slipping out of her house at 3 a.m. and getting on a bus in search of a snack. Bus driver Harlan Jennifer said the girl was chanting, "All I want is a slushie." She stopped the bus and called the police, who took the girl to a hospital where she was reunited with her mother. Authorities say the girl's family didn't know she woke up and unlocked the back door before starting her trek through a downpour. There are no plans to file charges. And that's Nation News for Monday. For more, log on to nationnews.com, as well as YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Remember to pick up your Daily Nation on Tuesday or subscribe to our e-paper. Thank you so much for joining us.